If my audio sounds weird and funny, it's because everything in my life is wet. Like sopping wet. When I logged on to taste if the green screen was in the correct space, like I always open up OBS to just like preview and see if everything looks fine. And as I opened up OBS, my dog gave the longest and most squeaky fart you have ever heard.
Okay.
And because I'm 3, I had a mouthful of water. Like, I'd literally just taken a swallow of water. I heard this burst out laughing and projectile spat water. This is why I can't have nice things over everything. My mic was dripping. My mouse was dripping. My keyboard was dripping. There are still water droplets on my PC case. And my dog, like, I'm horrified, and I still hear the and I was like, I can't. With the most content look on his face as well.
He did it on purpose. He knew exactly we were going to jump onto recording now, and he was like, you know what I'm going to do?
Saving it.
You've been holding it for weeks.
So, how are you doing on this Friday but not Friday start of a fantastic freaking holiday, Cody?
I'm nervous. Only because
Nervous about a holiday, jeez.
I really want to do nothing.
What are you planning on doing?
No, I really want to do nothing, which means I have to do a lot of work today. No, but I think it's going to be great.
Holiday performance anxiety is the worst, and I suffer from it too. Like, I get so in my head about the fact that I just want to do nothing that I'm like spending my holiday almost feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Like I should be doing something. And then I'm like, no, but I'm doing nothing. And then my body's like, no, but you need to be doing something. And I'm like, no, I'm freaking doing nothing. What don't you understand, holiday?
Yeah. Oh, I have the same thing. But no, I think we've done like quite well this week, so doing nothing won't feel so guilty.
Overachievers.
Blissful. Yeah. We're good at our jobs for a change.
I know. But we mustn't make a habit of it, because then it's going to be expected. We have to keep it for these like prime weeks.
Yeah. But have you got any plans? You got any plans?
Oh, you know what? Yes and no. So much like you, I want to do nothing. But every time I want to do nothing, like I said, I get that performance anxiety. I'm like, but I must be doing something. And then you just spend your whole holiday like in limbo, like unsatisfied limbo. So this time I'm going in prepared. I am like a child before school holidays, and I have an agenda of things I want to accomplish.
Nice.
I want to play Steam games, and not big Steam games that feel like work. I want to play Stardew Valley. That is it. I want to dump some serious hours into Stardew Valley, and then I want to dump hours into playing board games, and that's it. That's what I want to do. I want to play board games, I want to watch Stardew Valley, and while doing it, I want to shove candy into my mouth. What are you planning on doing, Cody? And if you say going for a hike, then take a hike off this podcast. No one wants to hear it.
So, we were, before the long weekend came around, we were like, we can't just like sit at home and do nothing the whole weekend. We should like go and explore and do some cool things. And the closer and closer it's gotten to the weekend, the like more drained we both are, Ashley and I, and the more we're like,
And the less good idea that seemed.
Maybe we should have a day, at least one day, where we do nothing. So yeah, I think we're planning to have a nice easy day. And then maybe, obviously it's Easter this weekend, so we're gonna do some family egg hunts challenge this weekend. I'm the reigning champion, so I gotta hold my
Cody,
keep my belt.
You've raised something now. Let me tell you.
Go.
The closest I've ever came to actually breaking up, divorcing, murdering, insert whatever word you want here, but getting rid of Larry. So my parents do like a family Easter egg hunt.
Mm-hmm.
It is my frickin' secret shame. I hate it more than I hate anything in this world. It is not just embarrassing for me, it is humiliating for me. Like, it is just, I can't express to you how ashamed I am of that damn Easter egg hunt.
Is it because you're so bad?
Okay, I am horrible and bad, firstly. That is not the reason, but I am horrible and bad, and I basically refuse to participate. I just awkwardly stand there, and Larry is taken to literally being like, Arielle, it's over there, while I just stand like a stroppy teenager. But anyway, so I start dating Larry. He comes into the picture now. I can't hide this frickin' secret shame from him. So he's there, he participates, he has a frickin' ball. Mm-hmm. I'm dying. And just after we were going to friends, and in the car, I was like, Larry, if you tell our friends what we were doing, there is going to be problems. We literally walk out to a bride. All of our friends are there. I'm like cool as all, sit down. Larry's like, Arielle, why are you pretending to be so cool when 10 minutes ago you were doing an Easter egg hunt? I was so angry, Cody. I was so freaking angry. I can still feel the anger, and it's been decades.
Why do you?
I can't believe you just openly admit to an Easter egg hunt. I can't believe it. We're different people.
They're the coolest things. I don't know why you think they're so uncool. I love them.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I didn't even include that in my plans, even though it's happening, because I would never admit to that. It's so embarrassing.
In case one day when you die and people have a look at your diary, there's no such thing as Easter egg hunts.
Never.
No, we love them. They're so much fun. So, anyway, I have to retain my Easter egg hunting championship belt this weekend. But yeah, then, I mean, you brought up board games. I'm also in the middle of painting up a new miniature army. And when I say in the middle, I am...
Ooh, you need to send photos.
I will.
I feel like I've not seen photos for so long.
I've also lost my phone. Well, not lost. My phone decided to die and I lost all my photos. And it's a nightmare. But I've been painting this one for like a year. So it's taken a while, so
that's
hopefully
fine.
I can get it done. And of
Do
course,
you
some
know
games.
what monies are?
Monies?
Yes. So monies is basically a naked Funko Pop.
Okay.
So it's like a Funko Pop form figure, but they come in like plain white or plain red or plain black or whatever the case may be. And the whole idea behind them is you can create your own Funko Pop type figure.
Okay.
So you can literally, they design so clay sticks really well to them if you want to sculpt. They cut really easy if you want to cut. And we have had these things for, I don't even want to exaggerate, like 15 years.
Okay.
And I mean, they've moved with us multiple times. Mm-hmm. They lived in our garage for the longest time. And then last month, Larry was like, we are going to have a date day. We are finally going to make these monies. And I was like, don't taste me here. Like, you can't tease me. We're either making them or they just dying in the garage. And he was like, no, we're for sure making them. So everything moved into the house. Art supplies, clay, sculpting tools, monies. They're standing my whole house full. And they still haven't been done. And now they've been in my house for like 3 weeks. So last night we were driving in the car and I was like, look, I'm not even being ugly. But a decision has to be made now. We are either making these damn monies this weekend, or they're going back into the garage forever. Forever. Like, I just want to forget I even own them. Because I can't do this, like, limbo for the rest of my life. So apparently we're doing that as well.
There you go. Nice. We're on the same page then. Do you have any ideas? What does your monies look like? What do your monies look like?
I'll send you a picture of the one, because they've got like different sizes. So there's the one that's like a normal Funko Pop size.
Okay.
And then there's like a mini for a keyring, and I started
cool.
on a mini keyring one, but I'll show you.
Oh, the keyring size is quite cool. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Basically, I just hacked at it with a craft knife. That's as far as I am.
Well, at least you've started, so it counts. It counts for something. We'll update each other with our art projects, I guess next week after the long weekend. Yeah. It'll be
so
fun.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm also excited.
It feels like an actual vacation, but better than a vacation. Because I feel like going away on holiday comes with so much pressure, you can never relax. Because you feel like you've spent so much time and money going away on this holiday, you have to do things to enjoy it. And this is just like a holiday period, but with none of the pressure. Can't wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Whenever you go on, if you go on like international holidays and stuff, I mean, I get it. You've never been there, right? So you've got to go and experience it. But you've also got to have
And never stand still, never sit still.
But you've got to have a day where you just like let your body relax. Maybe you find a good restaurant the day before and you just kind of hang out at the cafe the day after. Who knows? Need some downtime.
100% agreed. It's the best. But that's always where your best memories come from your trip as well. Like just chilling, relaxing, people watching.
I love people
it's
watching.
Like we did it for our engagement. We went to Camps Bay and basically just found this little like cocktail bar that's right by the beach and chilled there from morning till night.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing happened, because it's a restaurant during the day and a cocktail bar / nightclub, I guess, as nightclub as something on the beach ever becomes in the evenings.
Okay.
So after a certain part of day, they start carding kids as they try and get in there. And Larry and I are sitting, and there's this group of teenagers, but young. Like, you can see they're like fresh out of the womb, basically. And there's this big burly bouncer, and they come up to this bouncer, and this girl is trying to sweet talk him because none of them have IDs. And she's like, no, but you remember me from last week, right? Like, you let me in here. And he's just like, never seen you before. Absolutely not. I need to see those IDs. And eventually the youngest of the group is this boy. I mean, if he had a single pube, I would have been surprised. He was so young. It was like a toddler, basically.
Jeez.
And he comes up to this bouncer who is huge. This bouncer is like the biggest man you've ever seen. And he like puffs his chest and he's like squared up against this bouncer. And he's like, no, come, bro, like, be reasonable. Like, I don't have my ID here, but I will phone my mommy. And he actually said the word mommy right now, and she will vouch that I am 21. And I just sat there and I was like, holy crap. Can you imagine having the balls to go up to a man who could squish you and be like, you can phone my mommy, and she will vouch that I'm 21. I was like, no, go.
Wow.
Go, dude. You are not old enough to be here. We all see it. Just try your luck somewhere else.
Wow. Jeez. You know, it's funny.
To have the blind confidence of a teenager.
I mean, maybe it's the youth, because I was painting the other night, painting my miniatures. So it's a weird friendship because the guy that I paint with is actually the owner of my gym. So he's also like a massive dude and he's full of tattoos and everything. And then, you know, we go and like paint these tiny little things together. So it's like, it's quite a contrasting image. So anyway, we're busy painting and we're at the gym when we paint.
Okay, I love that. So Cody says he's going to gym. We think Cody is going to be gymming. What Cody is really doing is sitting painting little figures. Cool,
you never
cool
know.
story.
Yeah, you'd never know what I'm doing. So we're sitting there, and then this group.
Where do you paint in the gym? Wait,
it's a huge gym. It's like, okay, it's basically a warehouse, right? So it's just a big open space. And then there's a coffee shop on like the one side. So we sit at the coffee shop and we've got like a little setup.
Okay, so it's not like you're both on the treadmill trying to like paint your little figure.
No, but we should
weird
try
in
do
the middle
that
of
once.
a gym.
We'll do that one time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're at the coffee shop side, and then these kids are like running around in and out of the gym, looking all weird and whatever. So I go up to them and I'm like, what are you guys looking for? And they say, no, we're looking for the Krav Maga guy. So there's another piece of the gym where they do Krav Maga as well. So I said, I have no idea, but it's fine. The owner is right here. He can talk to you guys. So he gets up and he walks outside and he starts chatting to them. And now these kids are young, like, I don't know, 6. I want to say 6, but like like
actual
like kids, right?
Okay.
So he walks outside and I'm just sitting there carrying on painting, and he walks back in and he's like, one kid just tried to punch me. And I'm like, what? He's like, yo, this one kid, he just tried to punch me because I told him that the Krav Maga is through another company, but we do have boxing here. And then he like just got into a Rocky pose and then tried to punch me, and I just like stepped to the side, and I'm just sitting there like, I can't believe, because he's a big guy. He's got like massive shoulders and a huge chest, and he's like fully tattered, and a tiny little 6-year-old kid like just thought, hey, this is a good time to punch this guy now. And I was also sitting there like, I can't. Where do these kids get the confidence to like, maybe it's just like stupidity, right? Maybe we're confusing confidence with stupidity. I don't know.
But I think we are, okay? So I 100% think we are confusing confidence with stupidity, because like a while back, Larry and I went to an event, and now like I'm pretty tall as far as like women go. Okay. I'm not like short by any means, which means when like there's a lot of girls at an event, I'm generally the tallest person there. So we go to this event, load of girls there. Eventually I have to go to the bathroom, so I walk into the house to go to the bathroom, and as I walk in, there's a super short woman trying to get out. But we sort of both turned a blind corner and ended up like almost bashing into each other. So I did that like obnoxious funny thing where you pretend to go like left and right. Just like as a not thinking joke. Next moment, from my belly button height, this little woman looks at me and in dead seriousness, Cody, goes, I don't know what your background is, but I guarantee you that I will roll you and put you down on this floor faster than you can blink. All right? And then walked past me, and I was just like, how? I'm going to put my hand on your little head like this, and your little arms are going to be flailing, and you're never going to reach me. Like, I don't understand in what life you feel like that is possible. Also, what adult says that to another adult? Like, it is just a ridiculous thing that happened. I was shocked. Man. I was so shocked I didn't even need the bathroom anymore. I was like, I don't even know what has happened.
Wow.
No. Madness.
That's, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe this is one gene pool. It's got to be. It's the same gene pool, right?
They're all related.
They're all related somehow. If they had to do a DNA test.
I'm going to call my mommy. I'm going to roll you. I'm going to punch the biggest dude that little 7-year-old me has ever seen.
Yeah.
All related.
All related. Got to be. Oh, man. So we were supposed to go grocery shopping, and I spent 90% of my time in the sweets and snacks section.
So not buying those fruits that you're supposed to eat every day.
I did buy some fruits for Ash, and I'll have maybe one. So there are some fruits, but there's a lot of chocolate, there's some candy, there's some snacks, some savories. You got to mix it up, like putting Astros in your popcorn. You got to have a little bit of sweet and savory.
Oh! That is the best! You can't, also, it's not the same if you put popcorn in your mouth and then put Astros in your mouth.
Yeah, it's one handful.
Because it doesn't feel like you get that, surprise. You need to empty the Astros into the popcorn and then make it like a mystery. And sometimes you're, super happy. You're like, oh, I got an Astro in this one.
And sometimes you're sad because you're like, oh, I haven't had an Astro in, 5 mouthfuls.
And then you start to look and pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you get the salty Astros at the bottom of the box, which are also kind of nice. I kind of like those as well. Anyway, so we went shopping and everything. And I thought, you know what? It's finally getting a little bit cooler as well, after the 17-month heat wave we've just been through. A nice...
You're going to buy soup?
No, not soup. Gross. I mean... A nice little snack to have with the morning coffee is a rusk, right? It's got to have a rusk.
Oh, true.
And the best, general rusks are Omar rusks. You can't go wrong
100%.
with an Omar rusk, okay? So I go up to the rusk section. They have the peanut butter rusks. Perfect. I love the peanut butter rusks. Grab myself a box of those. And then this morning, I make some coffee and I say to Ash, hey, do you want to have a rusk? She's like, ooh, we got rusks? I didn't know we have rusks. I was like, lekker, gonna have a rusk. Crack the box open.
Feeling like the best husband ever.
Best husband. I got snacks, I got
did
sweets,
good.
I got peanut butter rusks. I made coffee, the perfect start to a long weekend. So I give her the coffee with a rusk, and she takes a bite, and then I sit next to her, and she's eating it slowly, and then she takes her second bite, and then she looks at me, and she's like, are these Omar rusks? It's not that gross. She's like, are these Omar rusks? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, have you had one yet? And I sit there no. And now I'm looking at my rusk weird, it does, maybe it looks a little bit browner than usual. What's the deal? She's like, no, just have some. So I'm like, okay.
So much trust in that.
Instead of telling me what's wrong, she's like, no, you have some.
Have some.
So I dip my rusk and I have a bite and I'm like, yeah, actually this does kind of taste weird. But I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she's like, yeah, they taste off. So then I had a bite without the coffee and it tastes like, when you deep fried chips in oil, right? And then you don't throw the oil away because that seems like a waste. But now you're on your 17th
and then you make something
batch.
else, and then it's got that funny taste.
It's that really, really old oil taste. So these rusks taste like 17 times used oil with peanuts, which was so disheartening. And then she looks at me and she's like, did you save the slip so that we can go and return them? And then I'm like, oh, I didn't even save the slip. I threw the slip away.
Because that's what we all do, right? The moment you enter the house, you're like, yes, burden myself of this. Throw away. Yeah.
But I didn't think the Omar rusks would be bad. I've never had bad Omar rusks before. So I hope the rest of my snacks aren't as bad as the rusks are. But hey, yeah. Look, at least the weekend can only get better.
I thought that story was going to be so much worse. When you were like, oh, she was eating a rusk slowly. I was like, oh, what is wrong with that rusk?
What did you imagine?
I have PTSD since I was a child. So I don't eat Weet-Bix. Like, you could not pay me to eat it.
Okay.
Because of a trauma as a kid. Because I was very, very skinny and also very, very hungry all the time. That was just my state of being. Very skinny, very hungry, constantly. And my mom brought home this box of Weet-Bix, and I was very hungry. So hungry, I couldn't even wait to put it in a plate or a bowl with milk or anything, and I was just taking them and eating them.
Oh my god.
Okay. And I'd eaten like half the box, realistically. And then my mom was like, no, this is ridiculous. She's cutting me off. Like, what am I doing? She will make me an actual in a bowl with milk, and then it's done. And put the Weet-Bix in the bowl, added the milk, and as she added the milk, the worms started crawling out of a Weet-Bix. And like, I was standing looking at it, saw them come out, realized I'd already eaten half a box, and I was just like, well, that's done.
To be fair, I think you deserve that. Who in their right mind?
I was a child, Cody.
It doesn't
That
matter.
is a very... I didn't try and punch a giant, okay?
You
we
should
all
have.
had our shortfalls.
Who eats dry Weet-Bix? Wow, how, like...
Child Arielle, I was very hungry.
There's no ways. That stuff is so dry. Like, if you need to clean up a dam, you can put a Weet-Bix inside and it will dry up. That's how dry Weet-Bix are. And you just ate half a box dry. Holy moly. Wow.
Nobody look at how I've just spilled my water once again. Only this time all over me. You know what? I'm like an alcoholic, but I can't hold my water, and I shouldn't be allowed any.
You're
Aquaholic. Aquaholic.
You're aquaholic
There we
and
go.
aquaphobic at the same time. You just want to keep drinking it, but your body just wants it to go out.
Apparently.
This is a great time to segue into the end of the show.
Okay, I've memorized it this week.
Okay, let's go.
Guys, if you want to... Okay, my dog is trying to climb on my knees. This is ridiculous. This part is never going to go smooth. Guys, if you want to read Cody and I's brilliant insights, because that is what they are. They're brilliant. We will roll you with the power of our words. You can go to www.dag.co.za. If, however, you want to roll us with the power of your words, which is going to be a lot like trying to punch a giant when you're 7, you can send us an email at hey@nag.co.za.
Hey, that went so smooth. Besides the knee dog,
I know.
everything went so well.
It's literally chewing my fingers, and I have to like, don't react,
Pretend
don't
it's
react,
fine.
don't react.
If you guys want to send us the sound of your fist traveling past the microphone on your mobile device, you can send us a voice note on WhatsApp on 062-834-1919. Do we have anything else? Oh yeah.
So smooth.
And you can catch us on Apple
You
Podcasts.
can listen to us.
Yes. And eventually Spotify. But something's going on with Spotify. There are some technical difficulties that will be resolved shortly.
If it's not our side, it's their side, it's everybody's side. It's
man.
Facebook, it's Spotify, it's YouTube. It's like, apparently, I don't have internet right now.
Well, luckily
by the
we're
by.
sitting right next to
Because
each other.
Metro Fiber has been harassing me since yesterday about the fact that they're urgently attending to the fact that I have no internet. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, but when I actually did have no internet, you were just YOLOing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have the best internet I've had in ages. Stop attending to it. I insist.
Your internet's too good. There's a problem. Yeah. We're working
Yeah,
on it. Don't
they
worry.
must fix. Okay, and with that,
Signing out.
let's get this holiday started.
No, not soup. Gross.